What celebrity disappeared out of nowhere? Jet Li. Meg White from the White Stripes. Jack White has his own label and is successful with his own music. When asked about Meg, he said she doesn't really enjoy publicity. Chris Tucker. Tom from MySpace was everyone's best friend at one point. Nelly Furtado. Group LMFAO. Eliza Dushku. Apparently she reported harassment and was dropped from the show soon after and hasn't worked since. Mina Suvari. The girl from the American Pie and American Beauty movies, and Teenage Dirtbag video. Cameron Diaz. Just up and retired for the quiet life. Lily Sobieski. She was popular in the 90s and early 2000s. Renee Zellweger totally fell off the face of the earth until she returned with a different face. Josh Hartnett. He was really big after Pearl Harbor. Misha Barton. Was in the OC and the OO's Then Nothing. Clive Owen was everywhere in the mid-2000s. Now he's hardly in anything. Richard Simmons. Enya. She literally made amazing music, made a fortune, then swerved the limelight to live peacefully in her castle. Iconic. Judge Reinhold. Dude was in pretty much everything once upon a time, now you never see him in anything. Remember, the top comment on today's video will make it into tomorrow's video. Be sure to answer the question in the comments below. Chris Gaines. Released that greatest hits album and then just like he never existed. JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Where he at? Julia Stiles. She did all those movies in the mid-2000s and gone. Shelley Miscavige disappeared without a public trace. That entire cult is crazy. Will always be Thora Birch for me. Hayden Christensen before he came back to play in Obi-Wan. Meg Ryan. Josh Hutcherson. Maybe he didn't completely disappear because of his role as Peeta in the Hunger Games. But, he was such a sweetheart/heartthrob. Wish his face appeared more frequently in the industry. Agatha Christie. Mystery writer and author of such classics as And Then There Were None and Murder on the Orient Express disappeared for 11 days in 1926, leading to one of the biggest media scandals of the time. Agatha Christie went on a short holiday with her husband, Archie. While they were away, Christie disappeared. Her whereabouts were eventually discovered, but she never revealed why she disappeared. Christie herself claimed that she had suffered a bout of amnesia and had no recollection of the 11 days she was missing. She was found 11 days later in a hotel in Harrogate, Yorkshire by a journalist who recognized her from a newspaper photo and helped her return home. She had checked in under the name of Mrs. Teresa Neely, the surname of her husband's mistress. Some believe she staged her own disappearance to get back at her husband, who was having an affair. Others believe she may have suffered from amnesia or even snapped under the stress of her mother's recent death. And of course, there are some who believe she was abducted. Aaron Eckhart. Whatever happened to Sean William Scott? Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. Nobody knows if he is dead or alive. Taylor Lautner. Most of the supporting cast of Bones. Callista Flockhart. Duffy. Hayden Panettiere. Harold Holt. Australian Prime Minister that just straight up walked into the ocean once and that was that. Dude was still Prime Minister when he did it. Anyone else remember Disney Channel's Eric Von Detten Day? I know he retired, but Gene Hackman. Good for him. Jason Lee. My Name is Earl. John Heater. The Band Fun. Amelia Earhart. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. Pitbull. Not really a household name, but John LaJoy had some viral YouTube comedy songs circa 2008 to 2010 with Show Me Your Genitals, WTF Collective, and Everyday Normal Guy. He played Taco in the league for a few seasons and then just disappeared. Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Kanon. Dane Cook. It's like everyone said go away so he did. The Mary Jane Girls. All 5 of them. Brendan Fraser for a while, but now he's back. Carmen Sandiego. Seriously, where in the world is she? Michael Pitt. Wish he'd figure his shit out and come back. The drummer from Spinal Tap spontaneously combusted. Akon.